Religion is used by some people as a way of facing the idea of the inevitability of death. How do you feel about that as an objectivist? That is, how do you feel about death? Is it?
It doesn't concern me in the least because I won't be here to know it. Mm-hmm. Don't you see that death, the worst thing about death, and what I regard as the worst human tragedy, is to lose someone you love. That is terribly hard. But your own death, if you're finished, you're finished. My purpose is not to worry about death, but to live life here on Earth now.
Do you find joy in that life?
Oh, yes. Very much so.
Haven't slept in so fucking long. I'm miserable and I'm tired of nightmares. Waking up feeling on edge. I tried having to tell myself it's real and being capable of staying in this world. All that I am is fake. Absolutely everything. I hate myself. I fucking hate myself. I don't want to be here. Nothing is helping it. Everything eventually falls back on how weak I am. I can't stop overthinking about it. Doesn't care about. How can you just stop caring about it? I still care, but I have to remember how not comfort previously that is dead. I am dwelling on a dead man. I didn't think I would ever die. My heart feels so heavy, but I don't mind being alone. My relationships are illusions anyway, so with being alone, at least I makes it shorter. But I do miss being told I'm loved or proud of. Even that person, stop thinking that. I fucking hate this pointless pity. This is not progress. I want to build on my ideas, but they are gone. Everything is fucking gone. I don't even know how to write about it. What do? I force happiness so hard, and the pain is futile.
Hello, all. I'd like to welcome you today to the service of Big Father Harry. It really breaks my heart to see all of you here today suffering from this horrible loss. But it all brings us together for one great moment, to remember Harry. And that's what's important. I hope you all enjoy the session with us today, and we're all just going to jam out. Let's enjoy.
I ain't fucking shit unless you make my fucking beats, and bitch, I'll be right fucking back to bed. I said my fucking siege and like on those I fucking statues. Hiding deeper, need to see we be forsaken by the entity that pussy bitch asleep for eternity.
Yeah, assisted masturbation on occasion with no mastication. A one limb ovation for the hot salutation. It's so amazing, this memory is worth saving. Splaying out misbehaving, no salivation on my special flavoring. This is worth displaying, bitch.
Listen, cunt, today ain't your day. She said, what did I do? I said, bitch, you got some siblings, and I don't like it. She tried to make up for it, sucking my dick a little bit. I was like, bitch, that feel good. But it ain't enough. She took it to a new level, started jacking me off while she was sucking my thing. I got a nut, yeah, I got a nut, so got done with getting my dick wet.
Well, that was a pretty good song. That's BFG by Shit Dog and Dacman. We have Dacman in the studio with us today. He must feel pretty good being here right now. Hey, Dacman, how did you feel about being on that song with the Shit Dog?
I mean, Shit Dog is a prolific producer, and his ciphers are just beyond what
Shit Dog, not very well known for being a producer, but he is known now.
He's really beyond what anyone this millennium has really been turning up with. His recording style, I mean, he just goes out into the woods and yells at a camera. Who does that?
The one and only. Well, we're going to take it a step back, and we're going to listen to some boom bap made by the one and only Cyclone Boy, the Golden Child, Lord Change Jar. Take it away, my man.
Truck was rattling, shaking hard like it was Parkinson's. The novice nihilistic got a squadron full of artisans equipped for bringing consequence. Fucking riveting. Nary any man could ever handle shit I'm living in. The middlemen. We the dudes you know who know the dude, leaving skull fragments in the ear canals I'm flowing through from old to new. Shit so hot it turned a horse to glue. Skewed the music to the views was sickly like he caught the flu, it's overdue. Changed my flipping over pots and pans. Manic mixing records like he pulled it out of God's hands. You caught a glance. Standard tracks from which we deviate. Known for wreaking havoc over beats I know that Steve would hate. It's easy bake. Crisp and cooked with incandescence. Might not be your favorite rapper, but my shit's been tried and tested. Perfected. As any craftsman hope to do it. Now run and tell your friends how Lord Change made you look stupid.
So 3 days later, you called me, said, we need to get out of here. You know, it was 2 other people in the car with him. I said, yeah. Said they died mysteriously.
Put me on layaway. Or pay today, let's pray these stains away. The maker's mark is gone and I'm like, fuck what all the neighbors say. Just tame complaints, the 10 commandments of this grimy cunt. See, I was just a kid when they asked exactly what I want. Replied enough, but I was lying, there's no time for us. I mustered up the strength and if I plunder it's because I must, so come again. I'm rummaging through all the dust, my friend. Lying in the grass is causing racket cracks. I tried to mend and mine can bend about as much as you allow it to. And I'm not here to fight, so you can cool it with the attitude. When dabs will do, I'm see-through. Love every people. I beautified the sine wave and left some time to regroup. And that's just how I learned to cope with this feeling that existence is a trap and I am hopeless. I know this from every inch, yard, kilometer. Never was too fond about my voice upon the monitor. That's alright, it's not really about that at this point. We'll just let Dick explain it to you.
So then all at once, we sit and you look, and then it stops. It's right there where that was coming from. They do stuff that would make it look like SoundCloud.
See, it's vicious, the way they pick apart a human. Your dreams get burned so quick and man, it's all for their amusement. New developments, excuses, strange in rhetoric. Let's play a game called You Sit Quiet While We Sell You Shit. The elephant in this room been hardly spoke about. Amazon dots, so you never have to leave the house. The crossfire marks, Google Docs got you bleeding out. The country's bought and paid for. You fucked on each and every route. Shut your mouth. From here forth you live in minimal. A prison planet running on a steady slew of criminals. It's vitamins and minerals. Fuel consumption. Your buddy has some dumb shit. Now don't you want some dumb shit? You love this. Your favorite color nicely packaged. From modern day bigots back to Reagan and what cracked it. And it's a new agenda once you figure out what happened. You lucky if you even get to figure out what happened.
Wow, that was Lord's Changear with his songs Longitude and Deviate. I wonder where he got those samples from though. And dacman, did you know that despite being the Cyclone Boy with the most immaculate vocabulary out of all of them, Lord Changear does not know how to read?
Could have fooled me.
Yes, I know. I think the same exact thing every time I listen to him talk. Now, dacman, when was the last time you read a book?
Well, probably at least a year ago. Or 10.
Huh. Interesting. I must be at least 20 years behind you, even though being 24 years old myself. Oh, what is this? What is this?
Breaking news from the one and only DERRY.
The lines are going off the hook.
Why?
Something bad must be happening.
Oh my God! We're going to him right now.
A plane went down in Iran today. Damn. Somebody posted a video of it going down. It went down in a fireball. The weird thing is planes aren't supposed to go down at all, let alone in a fireball. But it stopped transmitting all of its information as it went down, and that's not typical of a plane crash. That's the weird part. Planes usually, when they're crashing anyways, transmit all the way to the ground, and you can see exactly what's happening. Conspiracy theorists are out, and other people are saying don't make it into a big thing, but a plane went down. And it just happened to be the same day that Iran put up all of their missile defense systems. Damn. And they did that. And just minutes after the crash, when people saw it go down, the Iranian government came out and said it was a technical error. And everyone thought that was weird. It was just odd, because how would they know what happened so fast? And that led to more theories. Did they know because they shot it down? But why would they? It was an international flight. It was leading out of the country, it had Iranians on it, it had a lot of people. Why would they shoot down their own planes leaving the country? But what seems a little more likely is today, being that the airspace is just a little bit crowded, somebody did an oopsie and a plane went down. That was just an hour ago. So I guess we'll see what happens next.
Sorry, we're just adjusting in the studio, but oh my, what a horrible, condescending story coming out of Iran from the DERRY. You know, Dacman, the Herald doesn't like hearing about planes at all, let alone when they go down in a fireball.
Magic bird things.
Magic bird things. Dacman, let me ask you a question though. We have a very, very important song coming up from the one and only Boober, whose album you are actually featured on today. Dacman, have you ever had a rat as a pet?
No, I have not ever had a rat as a pet. However, I have seen a dead rat one time. It was laying there decomposing, and I said, good.
Dacman, have you ever dreamed of having a rat as a pet?
No, sometimes I dream of plinking rats with my .22 at 100 yards away, but never having one as a pet.
Dacman, have you ever had a nightmare about having a rat as a pet?
You know, to be honest with you, it's very hard for me to remember a lot of my dreams. Probably not, though, because it's a pretty strange dream to have.
Dacman, let me tell you, I don't have dreams anymore. I yearn for nightmares. Up next, Boober, fucking critters.
My first rat was named Binky. He died shortly after I received him because I got him when I was 12. I fucking love rats so much. I'm gonna throw up because they're my favorite creature that's ever been on this planet. And people don't like rats, but I don't care because I like rats. They have long tails that have little furs on them that feel like scales. My rats are named Benjamin and Nubbin. Benjamin can fucking spin if I
However, followed up by victory. Dacman, you're speaking right now to the Herald. Could you tell the Herald, when was a time in your life, could you just walk me through a time in your life where you felt defeat, but then you were taken over by the passion of victory?
Man, first of all, fuck critters. Fuck them all.
Okay, hold on. Okay,
I'll answer. I mean, it's probably the first time I tried to read a book.
Okay, we're back to this.
It wasn't going well.
This is a low blow for Dacman.
And
he actually does not know how to read, unfortunately.
I was really trying my best, and from the jaws of defeat, I managed to get through to the end, and ever since then, I've been I was just so destroyed by that effort that I had to put in there that I haven't gone near it again. Or when I tried to put a subwoofer in my car today and felt like a doofus at the dealership. That was pretty bad too.
Dacman, what would you consider harder? Building a subwoofer or reading a book?
Definitely reading a book.
Interesting. I think I would consider. I would also find it challenging to read a book. Next up, we have some very important songs from two people. The first one is not two people, but you will understand. These two people are not Cyclone Boys, but Dacman just sneezed. But they have worked personally with the captain of the Iron Guard, the one and only Stev Choice. He has given them the blessing to be part of the RIPHARRYATHON, and I'm glad to bring them to you. The first song, Milkman, Hey, You're Still There. Jate, Stev Choice, Milkman, brought to you by the Herald and Dacman. Here we go.
Bitch, I got ghosts in my head and they tell me to stop and they erase my previous thoughts. Now I can wild out and get caught in that, I'ma get locked and then y'all see me think out the box. They bang on that door when I knock, when I'm commenting crack on the rocks with dub in my socks. 12 pulling up with the dogs, K9 unit. Bar me so light that they thinking I'm stupid. Yes, I got this power, but I won't abuse it. Like what these motherfuckers know about music. They come on that trap rapping low with no flow when I come out shooting like the Kembe Mutombo. Pour out a bottle, bitch, I need a funnel. If she do a shot, I do double. So I cannot walk if she stumble. If she says she'll love me till my cookie crumbles, I wonder, I mumble. I'm not a liar, yes, I'm a denier. And it's getting hotter, but I don't see fire. You shot with the facts, you get zapped with live wires. But I want a cigarette, but I'm a minor. Is that something to admire when my entire life has felt like a satire? I put a movie when preaching to choirs. Your bitch hit me up and she said I'm inspiring. You disrespect me when you should admire it. They forbid I ever find my own way. But this rapper shit said that before and it's like a you snapping and y'all don't even know what happened. You rap about shit you don't do while you capping. You talk about bitches you fuck when you fapping. But you always say you will be the best when everybody knowing that ain't gon' happen. And I spit that fire, that's why I like dragons. They wrapped around my fingers, this ain't for fashion. Shout out Stev Choice, you know these beats stay packing it. Feeling like Christ, I'ma die with a pageant. But I'm like Mick Jagger, cause I can't find no satisfaction. I got compassion and shout out the law, I've been tragic. Cause my shit needs some fucking captions. Bruh.
Oh my god, that was Jate, not Jate, Jate. Personal fan of his, go check out Darko. Personal favorite. Who knows why? Haha. Dacman, about the next song, we need to talk about it though. And I need to ask you a philosophical question. Do you think that a young person, let's say a 16-year-old, do you think that they deserve a chance to advocate and express themselves and their experiences? Or do you think that they should be disregarded because their age implies less significance and mostly implies less meaning in that expression because their age implies that they may not have gone through something as serious as possibly an older person or another person in a less serious situation, but their mind might make it seem more significant because of their age. What do you think about that?
Well, I think we all take different tracks through life, and just because someone has more years of experience or less years of experience in this life doesn't really mean that they can't go through things that everyone else goes through. It really just means they've had more or less time to prepare for it. I think that, if anything, when younger people go through these formative life experiences that maybe some other people get to wait until later to go through, produces more raw emotion and can end up with, you know, more visceral music on the other side of it. There's no really right or wrong way to go through life. It's just, you got to respect the other experience. You got to respect other people's experiences. And if you can't do that, then it really just implies an emotional immaturity in the person that's not able to do that.
Dacman, we actually had this conversation earlier, and I want to hit on something that you spoke on earlier about how each person is living their own life, and each person's experiences are valid, even though different. And obviously, people go through different things, and objectively, subjectively, things can be worse or better. But I don't think that makes those problems for that individual any less valid than it does for any other person. For example, I don't think somebody with chronic pain, for example, that's a very bad problem, compared to, let's say, that 16-year-old that we're talking about breaking up with his girlfriend. In some examples, of course, you can always say that the chronic pain is worse because obviously it's worse. It's physical pain. It's something relevant. It's something that you can think of, obviously, and the general consensus is it sucks. But that doesn't make it any different that for that 16-year-old in that moment, that relationship severing for him ruined or sabotaged or really made that a very bad moment in that kid's life. And it meant something to him to the point that it really affected him. And me, myself, personally, I think he deserves the chance to voice and express himself about what that moment meant to him. And I think that no matter how big or how small your problems are, I think your problems are still valid. 12 gauge, this one is for you. I believe in you. Don't let anyone tell you nothing else. Thanks for being a part of this.
Yeah. That's real, man. Some real shit. I know these pheromones been calling my name, but I ain't really tryna live this way. When black and white turns to white on gray, they'll be lost in the sauce like every day. They stuck on replay, a junkie cliche. What did he say? Tell me what your mama pray. I'm really good at ever change. Weakness on your ego make you feel brave. Bound to emotionless thought. We see that you're a slave. Mentally you're broken down till you feel the pain. No, it don't roll away just like that blood that y'all don't never save. I got elements to all this shit from life to death to earth. For when you in the grave and we should feel the same. But if we don't, then you just waste away. You ain't wanna feel this way. You don't wanna feel this pain. These emotions ain't living up to your name. This shit ain't no game. You can't play me, ain't no VHS from Carson Daily. Bars be getting safely. Worth the process, I don't let them chase me. Nothing real is my blood and we going crazy. I'ma rock this shit just like crack in the 80s. Dreaming back in the past lately. Told you how to make it last and one near and not the other. I just catch you under covers, no discovering more. Because I left it with my brothers. Free my homies, hope they don't go out just like they mothers. I've been stacking bad summers flow. Got me running from the gutter with this shook up butter. Fuck the circle, need a pizza cutter. Oh shit, did I stutter? They struck me like some thunder. I'm the endless wonder in one near and not the other.
Yeah. It's 12. I've been crumbling all these papers, can't seem to figure it out. While my mind is so damn rogue and my mental is in a drought. I can't seem to find peace of mind, so I'll give you a piece of mind. Invent you throughout my thoughts, I can't tell you about what you find. Let's invent you through my heart, that I spill into my lyrics. Put my soul into my music, and I do it with my spirit. Crying out for help, and I was hoping you would hear it. I was gone, now I'm back, and I'm killing it so feared. Yeah, I'm on go, I ain't never gonna stop it. I'ma put you in that dirt, yeah, your body, I'ma drop it. 40 on my hip, and bitch, I ain't afraid to cock it. I'ma put you in that coffin, and your corpse, I'ma rock it. You can't play me like no game. Little bitch, we aren't the same. You just chasing all them bands, and ho, I'm chasing all that fame. I'ma do it for the fans. I bet that you can't make that claim. I'ma play that game real cool, but trust me, pussy, you's a lame. Yeah, I'ma stack it, I flip it and crack it. Up in that glick and bitch, he doing a backflip. Run up on me, and yeah, you know I'm a captain. Yeah, that pussy tried to fight me, and you know that I whacked him.
Sorry guys, me and Dacman were away from the mic and we had to scoot on over here. But I really hope you enjoyed that last song. That was Peace of Mind by Jate, 12 Gauge, and the Big Stepster. You're here with the Dacman and the Harold, the RIPHARRYATHON. I hope you enjoyed. Dacman, any closing thoughts?
Man, I think if 12 Gauge keeps that up, he's got a bright future ahead of him. I mean, being able to put down like that, what you're actually feeling in the moment, that's how you get going.
Inspiring. Great.
Also, I feel really bad.
Dacman bopped my kitten in the head with a drumstick.
Do you know how bad it hurts getting hit with a fucking drumstick?
It hurts. Cut deep.
Let me tell you about pain, baby.
We know all about pain here. We lost Harry recently. That's what this is about. RIPHARRYATHON. The Dacman. The Harold. The end. Thanks for coming.